Hello, my lovely friends. This is Marta from Drop of Sunshine, and welcome in my studio. My beautiful friends, I'm coming to you today with a very easy and simple card you will be able to easily recreate as long as you have a set of the nesting dice. They does not have to be the same shape as I have here. All I'm really needing is the set of the dice from the smallest to the largest one. They could be rectangle, oval shape, whatever shape you have, you will be easily able to uh, do the similar card idea, maybe just in a slightly different shape. The dice I'm having here, this is a Thorn H DL size dice, which I really love because they have this interesting finish and they're absolutely fantastic. I cut them out from the white cardstock just because I'm gonna be using them as my mask, and I want to use them later on. But in case you don't want to create the second card, you can always cut them from any spare pieces of the scrap papers you have, some leftovers, and that will be a great idea to utilize your scraps and use them that way. You can always cut the white one as well, or maybe like from the same craft paper or any other shade of the paper, and that way you will end up with the second set of the papers like I'm doing here. I'm using them as a mask to create the background, and then from those leftover pieces, once they color, I will pull up another cards as well. So this is the double win. Now what I'm using here today, my friends, this is the Distress Oxide inks, and the reason I want to share this video today is that the Craftstar store is having an amazing deal on their oxide inks. The deal does not start today. I think it was already started a few days ago. However, it will last till Saturday, and this is the multi-buy offer. Whenever you purchase 3 of the distressed range product, they does not have to be this oxide ink pads, could be whatever else on their distress range. It's like ink sprays, re-inkers, markers. There is some I think there's some embossing powders there as well, and some ink resist spray, all sorts of the distress products. Whenever you buy 3 of them, you will be able to get 15% off. I will give you the discount code down below in the description, along with the link to the offer as well. And if you are a premium member on the Craft World platform, you will get additional 10% off. So in total, you will get 25% off on the distress inks or other distress product range, whatever you choose. And I think this is a quite good offer to actually shout about it, because if anyone is completing their stash like you got her, like me, I am just starting. I have this collection of the mini inks with this distress regular range, the old one, and now I am just trying to grab few of those distress oxide ink pads as well. So whenever there's offer, I'm very happy because I could order 3 or a couple of them, and the offer is actually for 3, minimum 3, so that will be a great idea to actually grab a few of them as well, and that way I am able to build up my stash, but I'm not ruining my budget, because having 25% off, it really gives me the great price. Now going back to my cart, my friends, I am using 4 of the pink color family inks. The one I have here is a Spoon Sugar, Worn Lipstick, Picked Raspberry, and Seedless Preserve. The last one is actually purplish one, but I didn't have anything else, and I want to have this nice blending with the oxides or with any distress inks. You can get this lovely blending regardless of your color choices. If you will mix like from yellow to blue tone, you will still get a nice blending in between the colors, but I wanted to keep it in the same family. So what I did, I just each time I put the smaller side of the piece of paper, I secure it with the masking tape, and I've just colored it around it, so that way I have this beautiful background. Then I add some water, and once I add the water, the papers got a little bit warped, which I didn't like. So here you can see I'm chopping this front panel from the card base, because the cardstock I was using wasn't very thin, and I think it was 190 GSM. And I never thought about that before, that I will add a lot of moisture, so I should rather use either watercolor paper or more sturdier cardstock. But I don't mind, I just cut it half, and then I will glue it with the double-sided tape to the new card base, and that way it will be a little bit straightened up. But to straighten up even more, I have a good trick I will show you in a second. But before that, I wanted to add some splashes to get this even more distressed look. And what I've used here was those zinc Aladdin sprays, which are really lovely, shiny colors. And I just absolutely love them. Now, on top of those shiny splashes, I wanted to add a little bit of the white. And for that, I used my gesso, and once I was making those little tiny splatters, I thought that this starts looking like this kind of a galaxy background. So my next step will be actually to add this dark edge all around, which this is something I didn't plan. This is like me crafting life. Quite often happening to me that I'm starting from one idea, and then once my card is progressing, my idea is evolving, and eventually it's end up with something totally different than I was planning. But this is a great way to actually follow your heart, to listen to yourself and get that intuition and try new things, because what we learn once we gain more experience, and once we discover like new things, new techniques. And this is always like a great idea to try something, and if it's not gonna be working, then at least you get the knowledge and you know for the next time. Now, as I've mentioned, I want to get this darker edge, and for that I reach for the two little those mini cubes, and this is the regular Distress inks, because as I've mentioned, I am just building this supply of the oxide ink, and I didn't have anything in a matching color. But nevertheless, you can mix and match both ranges, whether it's oxide or non-oxide ink, and they will blend nicely. And here I am using, I believe this is a chipped sapphire color. And then I will add a little drop of the black ink as well, just on the edges. I am wiping my my glass mat, just making sure it's super clean, because I don't want to have a mess on a card base or anything like that. And here will be the trick I am using to straighten up my paper whenever it's warped. Oh, and this little bit of the black I was mentioning as well. But whenever my card front panel is a little bit warped and I would like to straighten it up, the trick you can use, you can either send it in between the die cutting machine plates on its own, and that way it will flatten up. But what I like to do with my elements, I actually really like to send them through the embossing folder. That way the paper get this lovely texture, and it's get kind of flatten up. It's no more wonky, but it also have this lovely texture. Here what I've decided to do, instead of using embossing folder, I'm gonna be using my dies, and I'm trying to place them in exactly the same way as I was doing with the cardstock when I was doing this masking. And this is a great idea because it will enhance this pattern even further, and it will give to this pattern a lovely dimension, and it's just all really brings to life. You will see it on the final for us, and I just love this idea. It was very quick, very easy. First adding the color, then reattach the die in the same places when the color was starting on the paper. And once I send it through the die cutting machine using this brown mat, you need something to not cut it through, like some kind of a cushioning, just to make sure it's not gonna be cutting your paper. Or you could cut it, if you don't have the tanning mat, you could possibly cut it and reattach it with the glue on another card base, and that will be looking good as well. But I didn't want to cut it, so I just wanted to emboss it, and I absolutely love it. I wasn't very careful when I was peeling it off, and I destroy a little bit, but because it's very distressed look, all I really needed to fix it is just to go over with this piece of a sponge and just repair it, and no one will never notice that there was something wrong with the card. I really love how it's turned out, but when I place this piece of the spare card, this very narrow strip, I realize if I will take my strip and I will just put it on, I will lift it with the double-sided foam tape, I will see this white piece poking through, like the white color coming out from underneath. So I just add a little bit extra, a little bit more of this dark color, purple color distress ink, and that way if I will use this double-sided foam tape to raise my front panel, there will be no white visible from underneath. So this is the basic concept for my card. This is the main idea to create the card by firstly cutting a bunch of the scraps from the nesting dies and use them as the mask, and later on to add the dimension to the card by trying to place the die in the same places and run it through the die cutting machine with this embossing mat on it. This is a lovely card, very quick and easy, and you can choose the color combination. It could be a one family like I'm doing here, pinks and purples, could be like a blue color for like a welcome baby card, or for maybe more like a champagne color for like a wedding, maybe like a peach and champagne color combination, very delicate, starting from white, maybe whatever you would like. And the same way, you don't have to have the same dice as I'm using here. They could be a circle shape, they could be heart shape, they could be rectangles, whatever you like. And try to play with the combination as well. You can place them right in the center, like every smaller one right in the center, or you could offset them for one side, or maybe with rectangle, every smaller one you can slightly twist on like I don't know, 20 degrees angle or something, and then have this interesting effect as well. The possibilities here are endless, but I just wanted to share with you this idea and give you a shout as well about this offer with this distress range on the craft stash. And now to finish off that card, I am using this craft o'clock butterflies and this lovely chipboard. I really like this quote saying the power is inside you, because I want to let you know, every one of you, my friends, that you are very, very special, unique and beautiful as you are, and you have this power to change your own life, to change your faith, to follow your dream. And I pray for every single one of you, my friends, to have this courage to go out to the world, and whatever spark you have in your heart, please follow your dreams. And I hope and I pray and I want you to make your dream happen to you, because there is nothing better in a life than being happy and fulfilled. And it's not about like having a success, it's not about making a career. Maybe for some people there is, but for me, to be being truly happy and fulfilled is to have this possibility in life to do what you love, to be with people who you love, and this is the purest happiness. And every single one of us is having this power inside to make this little impact, to follow our dream, to make it all happen. And I pray for you, my friends, that you will have this absolutely amazing chance to reach for your dreams, as I am reaching for mine right now. And I am still hardly believing in everything what's happening since the beginning of this year. It's just been absolutely amazing. Even though not everything goes with the plan, I am still happiest person ever, and I'm just walking on a cloud nine constantly, being able to do to create, to share with you, and to be more involved in the things which I really love. And having such an amazing supportive family who's actually, keep me going, giving me the strength and encouraging me all the time is just something which I'm truly value. Now from this place, I also want to say a personal huge thank you to one of my friends, to one of my friends from my craft world family. I'm talking about you, Claire. I'm hoping that you will see this video, and I wanted to personally say huge thank you to you, because you sent me absolutely amazing email, and I really appreciate that you take your own time to actually write down to me, because I've been creating those design papers which I wanted to share with you, my friends, and there's been some misspelling incorrect in the sentiment, and Claire was very absolutely amazing friend that she pointed out to me, and I am truly sorry to every one of you who actually download my papers and there's been some misspelling. I will fix it up, and I'm sorry, and I can only apologize to you, my friends. I wanted to create something for you, and well, those things happen. They could happen to everyone, but I'm very happy that this been brought to my attention, because it was never intentional of me to actually send something to the world which will be incorrect, which I am truly sorry about that, my friends. I will work on this last. I am actually working on this last part as well, and I will update the other one which having this incorrect spelling on this sentiment, so I will add it on in the one file once again. So I'm sorry about that, and then I want to say thank you 1,000 times. Thank you, Claire, for doing that. I wanted to come and say that because it's really something I really appreciate, and obviously English is not my first language, but it does not excuse me if I create some product and I am giving it to the world. That should be, the best thing, and it should not have some typing mistakes or anything like that. It should not be happening. So I'm sorry about that. And once again, thank you I am so grateful and thankful for all my craft world family for being amazing friends, and to keep me right, to encourage me and support me. This is really loving gesture to actually take a time and let me know that something is not right, and I truly appreciate that. Now I finish off my card, and my friends, I forgot one thing. When I was trying to do this dry run, I put this string and I loop it a few times to actually have this like in the middle section to put it underneath my chipboard. But when I was gluing all together, I placed that sentiment, I glue it down with the hot glue, and then I was like, oh sugar, I forgot this string. But never mind, I just use it for another idea. I am finishing off those lovely butterflies by dressing them up with the Nova drops, and this is lovely, like I think it's a sweet lilac color. I will double check. I don't think it's quite old color. If I'm not gonna find it, I will give you a link to a similar color down below, as well with this gold one, pearls Nova drops. They really finish the card nicely. They give it a nice dimension, and they are perfect finish touch for adding to the card. Thank you so very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this quick idea. And once again, please accept my apologies for having these papers with this, spelling mistake. I will fix it up as soon as possible. I will just fix it up and add a new papers with my last video, which will be coming shortly. And then thank you as well, everyone who took a time to write the comment. I will try to reply to all of them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so far. And thank you. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, dependingly on time zone you are. Stay blessed, my friends, and I hope to see you shortly. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.